Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, welcome. On this channel we post writing tips, unboxings, book hauls, book reviews and the occasional vlog. And today I have a book tag for you and it is the mid-year book tag for 2025. I have made this book tag out of a few different mid-year book tags and basically taken my favourite questions. I will write the questions below in the information for this video if you yourself would also like to do this book tag, but let's get into it. Before we start, don't forget if you like what you see to subscribe to this channel. Your continued support means a lot, so thank you guys so much. Question 1. How has 2025 reading been so far? So good. I have been reading a lot. I am really enjoying the variety of books I'm reading. I have also joined Storygraph, which is a free app that you can use to write reviews and see what you're reading, and it's really interesting because it shows you the genres, if you've read the same author quite often and things like that. So I've been loving being on Storygraph. It's just fun to see those stats. But yes, this has currently been a very good reading year for me. I am very happy and I am slowly getting through. If you guys haven't seen my TBR video, that link is above me now, but I'm slowly getting through some of those books. Question 2. What is the best book read so far this year? I actually have 2 books for this. So the first book, which is one of the best books I've read so far this year, is Lessons in Chemistry by Bonnie Garmus. I was so scared to read this book. This is borrowed from Matt's mom Bev and it takes place in the 60s, so I was terrified. You'll know if you're not new here, I tend to avoid this era of books because of the sexism and racism in them, but I loved it. It was so fascinating and witty and funny. Utter surprise read. Adored it so much. I'll pop a link to my review. It might not be out when this video comes out, but when it does, it'll be above me so you can see that. The blurb for this one. Chemist Elizabeth Zott is not your average woman. In fact, Elizabeth Zott would be the first to point out that there is no such thing. But it's the early 1960s and her all-male team at Hastings Research Institute take a very unscientific view of equality. Forced to resign, she reluctantly signs on as the host of a cooking show, Supper at 6. But her revolutionary approach to cooking, fueled by scientific and rational commentary, grabs the attention of a nation. And soon a legion of overlooked housewives find themselves daring to change the status quo, one molecule at a time. I believe this was a Waterstones Book of the Year. Loved it. The second book for this one is Night Watch by Terry Pratchett. If you're not new here, you'll know I'm reading the Discworld series in order. I'll pop a link above to my book review of this and also to the playlist for my Discworld series reviews. But this has got to be one of my favourites from this year. It is another one from the Guard series in the Discworld. Sam Vimes, I loved it. Let me read you guys the blurb. Commander Sam Vimes of the Ankh-Morpork City Watch had it all. But now he's back in his own rough, tough past without even the clothes he was standing up in when the lightning struck. Living in the past is hard. Dying in the past is incredibly easy. But he must survive because he has a job to do. He must track down a murderer, teach his younger self how to be a good copper, and change the outcome of a bloody rebellion. There's a problem. If he wins, he's got no wife, no child, no future. A Discworld tale of one city with a full chorus of street urchins, ladies of negotiable affection, rebels, secret policemen, and other children of the revolution. Truth, justice, freedom, and a hard-boiled egg. I absolutely adored it. Seriously. Question 3. Best sequel read so far this year. For this, I'm going for A Hatful of Sky by Terry Pratchett. This is the second book in the Tiffany Aiken series by Terry Pratchett. It's part of Discworld and it's a really good sequel to the first book. I gave it 4.5 stars out of 5, which I know is slightly less than the first, but I adored it. And to be honest, out of the sequels I've read so far this year, this is definitely the best. Let me read you guys the blurb for this one. Crivens, a real witch, never casually steps out of her body, leaving it empty. 11-year-old Tiffany does. And there's something just waiting for a handy body to take over. Something ancient and horrible which can't die. Wise, witty and wonderful, A Hatful of Sky is Terry Pratchett's second novel about Tiffany and the We Free Men. The rowdiest, toughest, smelliest bunch of fairies ever. They'll fight anything, and even they might not be enough to save Tiffany. Very good. Question 4. A new release you haven't read yet but want to. I have 2 for this. One is Onyx Storm by Rebecca Yarros, which is the 3rd book in the 4th Wing series. And I don't have it yet because I'm waiting for it to come out in paperback. So that's one I'm very excited to read. The second is Sunrise on the Reaping by Suzanne Collins. This is a further book to the Hunger Games and one that I actually own, but I'm not allowed it until my birthday, which is on the 7th of June. So by the time this video comes out, I will have it, but I don't have it yet. Question 5. Most anticipated release for the second part of this year. For this, I have chosen Never Ever After by Su Lin Tan. Su Lin Tan is the author of Daughter of the Moon Goddess series and Immortal. I'll pop links above and below to my reviews of those books, but I absolutely adore Su Lin Tan's writing. I was not as keen on Immortal, so I'm really hoping Never Ever After will push the bar back up for Su Lin Tan for me. Very linked, number 6, biggest disappointment of 2025 so far. It is Immortal by Su Lin Tan. Look how gorgeous this, look at those bright edges. And it has a gorgeous map inside as well. I'll pop a link to my review of this. I think if I reread it, I might like it more. Basically for me, the romance didn't work well enough, but once you get the twist at the end, I think it will work better. So I think it might read better on a second read than it does a first. But I was just so excited for this and I thought it would be better than it was. Let me read you guys the blurb for this one. A deadly betrayal. When Lian ascends the throne of Tianxia, she vows to end her kingdom's obligation to the fickle immortals who once protected them. A dangerous alliance. She must learn their secrets to protect her people, but to do this she will have to forge a tenuous alliance with the one she should fear and mistrust the most. The ruthless god of war. A fight for survival. A treacherous attraction ignites, but dark forces are closing in, and to save her people from an unspeakable fate, Lian must risk everything, even her heart. Like previous Su Lin Tan books, it still has the delicious sound of food, the beautiful outfits and descriptions. The romance just didn't quite work for me. Number 8. Favorite new author. For me, this is Nick Bradley, author of 4 Seasons in Japan. I really enjoyed this book. It was so calming and interesting. Let me read you guys the blurb for this one. Flo is sick of Tokyo. Suffering from a crisis in confidence, she is stuck in a rut. Her translation work has dried up and she's in a relationship that's run its course. That's until she stumbles upon a mysterious book left by a fellow passenger on the Tokyo subway. From the very first page, Flo is transformed and immediately feels compelled to translate this forgotten novel, a decision which sets her on a path that will change her life. It is a story about Ayako, a fierce and strict old woman who runs a coffee shop in the small town of Onamichi, where she has taken guardianship of her grandson Kyo. Haunted by long-buried family tragedy, both have suffered extreme loss and feel unable to open up to each other. As Flo follows the characters across a year in rural Japan through the ups and downs of the pair's burgeoning relationship, she quickly realizes that she needs to venture outside the pages of the book, to track down its elusive author, and as the 2 protagonists reveal themselves to have more in common with her life than first meets the eye, the lines between text and translator converge. The journey is just beginning. I didn't like the story in the modern time of the person who finds the book, but the book within the book itself, I adored it. Question 9. How's my must-read TBR going? So far I managed to read 6 books out of the 12 that I mentioned in my New Year's book tag. I'll pop a link above to that now. So I'm actually halfway through, which is really good for mid-year book tag. So I've currently read T.J. Klune, the Mrs. England by Stacey Halls, Spin the Dawn by Elizabeth Lim, Chocolat, Lollipop Shoes, and Peaches from Michel Lecoeur by Joanne Harris. So I'm halfway through that, which I think is pretty damn good. We must continue my work on this. Question 10. The most beautiful book you've bought this year? It has to be, although the book let me down with its insides, Immortal. The front cover isn't the most beautiful, but those sprayed edges. Guys, it's just gorgeous. Question 11. book I saw online and regret. For this, I've already given it away. That is The Lost Bookshop by Evie Woods. It just didn't go as far as I felt it was promising, and it had so many good reviews, but for me it just was nowhere near as good as it should have been. Question 13. What books do I need to read by the end of this year? So these are books basically left in my TBR from my New Year book tag, and those are Mage's Guild Trilogy by Trudy Canavan, which is a book series I want to read by the end of this year. Vulnerable Voices by Owen B. Lewis, Blossoms and Shadows by Leanne Hearn, and Clara and the Sun by Kazuo Ishiguro. Those are the books. I'm not going to read you guys the blurb of them all. Those blurbs are already in my New Year's book tag. That link is above me if you would like to have those blurbs read to you, but I will get to them. We're getting there. Question 14. Favorite video I've made so far this year? For me, this has to be my TBR jar videos. I really enjoyed doing that. I've done quarterly TBR jars because I don't want to bog myself down too much. I am a mood reader and I have a lot of books that I want to get through from that What's on My Bookshelves video. Another favourite has to be my wedding book swap book haul, and also the book haul of books I've taken from mine and Matt's wedding, just because that's special to me and Matt. And the final question for this mid-year book tag, question 15. Any upcoming videos I'm excited for? For this, I am so excited for the completion of our bathroom renovation, the final part 3, full completion of our bathroom. I am determined it will come out this year. All we have left to do in that bathroom now is make the cabinet vanity doors and put a new doorknob on our door to the bathroom. They're so close, so I'm very excited about that coming out. And also I'm excited about my Chocolat series review, which is the Joanna Harris books that I had to read this year, which was Chocolat, The Lollipop Shoes, Peaches from Monsieur Liqueur, those 3 I've already read, and The Strawberry Thief, which if you haven't seen my New Year book tag, The Strawberry Thief I bought, which I thought was a standalone book, and it's actually book 4 in the Chocolat series. So I made it my goal this year to read that series, and I'm now on to the last one. So I'm very excited for that vlog to come out. It is also a different format. It is not me sitting here. It is you guys joining me whilst reading those books. So I'm excited to see how that goes. And that's it for this mid-year book tag. Thank you guys so much for watching. The questions are below this video if you would also like to do this book tag. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you like what you see, don't forget to subscribe to this channel. If you like to see things I upload, click the little bell down below. You can also follow me on Instagram, Facebook and Tumblr. I post my bookish pictures as well as more tips and unboxings on there. And thanks for watching, guys. Bye!